Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you're ready for some chair yoga today. We're going to start off with our little modified Pranayama breathing. So you're going to interlock your fingers, place it underneath your chin, thumbs are touching your throat, and pinkies are facing away from you. As you breathe in, you take a big, deep breath in. Your elbows go all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, you're going to look up to the ceiling, and your elbows come forward to touch. Try not to let them drop down. You want them to be parallel with the floor. And your hands stay underneath your chin the whole time. Let's give it a try. So interlock those fingers right underneath your chin. Here we go. Deep breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a big deep breath. Not deep breath. Let all your air out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. Continue breathing in. 4 seconds in. Elbows all the way up. And then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. And out. Making sure your eyes are open the whole time. And breathe out. Breathe in, elbows up to the ceiling. Fill your lungs up with air until you can't breathe in anymore. And let it out. One more time. Breathe in, elbows up. And let it out. Elbows touch, and then bring it down, wiggle it out a little bit. We're going to do it again. Roll your shoulders, do whatever you got to do. All right, let's do this one more time. Interlock those fingers. Underneath your chin, touching. Like, they're right there. Thumbs touching your throat, and pinkies facing away from you. Big deep breath in. Fill your lungs, elbows go up to the ceiling. Here we go. Breathe out for 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Eyes open the whole time. And breathe out. Breathe in. And let it out. Deep breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up. And let it all out. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. We got 2 more here. Breathe in, elbows up, and let it out. Last one, deepest breath you have. Breathe in all the way, fill those lungs. Take one more sip of air and let it all out. Elbows touch and then arms come down. If your arms are sore when you kind of do that, They should be. You're keeping those arms up. It's a little bit of a workout in itself just to make sure that your arms aren't dropping down below your heart. If your arms are a little sore, that's okay and that's normal. That's why we kind of shake it out at the end of it, because you're holding your arms in the same position for quite a while. So it's totally normal if your arms feel a little sore after that. All right, let's get into our first pose, which is our seated half moon. You're going to take your left hand, grab the chair. Right hand goes up over your head, big stretch. Plant that right hip into the chair so you're not lifting off and falling over. You really want to plant that hip and then reach your arm up and over. Last thing we're going to do is slide that left shoulder forward so we are straight on with your TV or your tablet or whatever you're watching on. Good, let's switch. Right hand grabs the chair, left hand comes up and over your head. Big side stretch. Plant that left hip down so that all you're doing is getting a good stretch. You're not lifting up, falling over. We're not tipping over. So plant it and then reach. Last thing you're going to do is slide that right shoulder forward. So here's before and here's after. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to do it again. Left hand grabs the chair, right hand up and over your head. Big stretch. Already be there, planted in that hip. Big side reach. So you can see I'm not too far over because I really don't want to fall out of my chair. So just make sure as long as you're planting that hip and reaching that arm, you're going to get a really effective stretch. Slide that shoulder forward and we'll hold it. Beautiful. Other side. Right hand grabs the chair. Left hand comes up and over your head. Hip is planted. Arm is reaching. Right shoulder is sliding forward. Use that chair. We're in a chair. Grab onto it. Hold yourself in place. Use the chair to your advantage. One last really good stretch and sit up nice and tall. We're moving into our seated spine twist. So we're going to take your left leg, cross it over your right. Your right leg, your supporting leg right now, knee and ankle should be in one line. So none of this, but directly underneath each other. You're going to take your right hand, put it on your knee. Left hand is going to grab the back of your chair. Your back is up nice and tall. And we're going to twist all the way over to the left. Wherever your chest goes, your head goes. So if your chest is pointing to the left, that's where you should be looking. Beautiful. Slowly untwist the top half of your body. Then uncross your legs, and we'll set it up for the other side. Right leg crosses over your left. That left leg is now your supporting leg, so make sure you're in line. Left hand grabs the chair, grabs the knee. Right hand grabs the back of the chair, and we twist all the way over to the right. Nice tall back on this. Good. Untwist just the top, then uncross the legs, we're getting our second set. Oh my God, we're so far into it, and guess what? Forgot to start my watch. That's okay, so we're starting like 13 minutes late. All right. You know what? I have just been getting so good at remembering to do my watch. Okay. Now we're tracking it. Now we're moving into the second set. You're going to take your left leg, cross it over your right. Right hand grabs the knee. Left hand, back of the chair. Twist over. Nice tall back. Twist all the way over to your left. Beautiful. Slowly untwist the top, then uncross your legs. And we're doing the other side. So right leg crosses over the left. The left hand grabs the knee. Right hand, back of the chair, and we twist all the way over to the right. Very nice. Slowly untwist the top and uncross your legs. We are going to move into our seated leg extension. So you're going to scoop a little forward on your chair. Right foot is out. It's a little bit off the screen, but heel is down, toes are up to the ceiling. You are going to put two hands one on top of the other. You're going to go down as far as you can. Maybe you're at your knee. Maybe you're at your shin today. Maybe you're reaching down to those shoelaces. Make sure that your toe is really pointing up to the ceiling though. Your toes here. Because that's going to get you a good stretch even if you can't reach that far. And remember, we're going to do this 2 times. So if you can't reach very far this time, we always have the second round to try and get a little bit further. Good. Bring that foot in. Left heel goes down to the ground, toes up to the ceiling. Again, this is your supporting leg now because we're stretching this leg, stretching this one. So our right is supporting us. Make sure knee and ankle in one line. 2 hands. One on top of the other. And we go down. See how far you can reach. Make sure that toe is pointed up to the ceiling. I'm not even touching my ankle right now. Some days you're more flexible than others. Again, no rounding of the back to get a little farther. Nice straight back and then reach. Good. Bring that leg in. Here's our round 2. Right heel down to the ground. Leg is straight. Toes are up to the ceiling. 2 hands, one on top of the other. And we go down, reach. All right, I got a shoelace. Oh, maybe I do have a toe right now. Remember, none of this. Nice flat back. Beautiful. Sit up. Left heel down to the ground, toes up to the ceiling. Supporting leg is supportive. 2 hands, one on top of the other, and we go down, reach. Good. Bring that foot in, and we are going to do our forward fold with your legs open. So, I'm kind of in the middle of my chair. I'm not all the way back, but I'm not all the way forward. So just find some nice middle ground. Open up your legs to either side of the chair. Doesn't have to be super wide. Arms come all the way up over your head and all the way down. Reach for your ankles. Use your elbow strength, your arm strength to keep your legs open. So they don't have to be pushing or anything, but make sure that they're not caving in like this, okay? And if they do start to cave in, just walk your feet in a little closer. Okay, we don't want this. All right, so go where you can keep your legs open comfortably. Use the arm strength to, keep those legs accountable that they're not coming in. Last thing we're going to do is look down at the ground and we'll hold it. Beautiful. Arms come all the way up over your head and all the way down. Reach for your ankles. Keep those legs open. No hunched back, okay? No rounded back right now. Try to make your back as flat as possible and then look down at the ground. Beautiful. Sit up nice and tall. Bring those legs in. And we're going to do our seated pigeon. So you're going to reach for your right ankle. Bring it up to your left knee. Supporting legs, super important on this one because we've only got one foot on the ground. So make sure you're not over here or not over here. Your knee and your ankle should be one straight line. You're going to reach for the front of your chair and use your arm strength to try and pull yourself forward. Now again, we're not rounding our back. Not there yet. Nice flat back. And the goal is to have your chest touch your leg. My chest doesn't touch my leg, but that's what I want you to think about. So you can think about pulling forward and really reaching. Okay, use that arm strength. Again, my arms are working right now. They're working to hold me in place and even maybe stretch me just a little bit farther. So use that chair, use your arm strength, and pull yourself into the pose. You should feel it all along the right side of your leg. Good. Sit up. Guide that ankle back down to the ground. Reach for your left ankle. Bring it up to your right knee. Now, if this is too much, you can't bring your ankle up to your knee, then you're just going to cross it over your ankle. So you're just going to bring your left ankle and cross it over your right ankle. And then you'll do the same thing. Stretch, lean forward. So if getting it up here is not happening, you can always do This should be available to everyone. I'm bringing it up to my knee because I can. Hold it here, fix that supporting leg, make sure we're all in one straight line. Use that arm strength to really pull yourself into it. Flat back though. We're not pulling so much that you're like this. This is no good. Okay, so back and look down at the ground because our chest has leaned forward, so now your head has to go forward. We're in the pose, we're gonna hold it. Excellent. That ankle goes down to the ground. And we're doing it again. Round two. Reach that right ankle. Bring it up to your left knee. Or cross it over your left ankle. So you're either here or here. Two hands reach for the front of the chair. With a nice flat back, we're going to lean forward. Look down at the ground and hold it. Very nice. That ankle goes back down. Last one. Left ankle up to your right knee. Two hands. Reach for the front of the chair. And pull yourself forward. Look down at the ground and we'll hold it. All right, put that one down and we're going to move on to our warrior triangle series. So let's scoot on over to the right side of your chair. Right leg comes out nice and long. Left leg is bent and on an angle. Hands come to heart center. You're going to take your, let's did it again. I think you did that last week. We're going into warrior one. So two hands straight up above your head. And we're going to hold it here. For warrior one. Good, we're moving it into warrior two, so the arms come down, parallel with the floor, or a giant capital letter T. You're gonna look over to your left, and we're gonna hold it. Hands come to heart center. Now we're going to take your elbow over to your bent knee. Your right hand is going to go straight up into the air. And your left hand is going to come down, pointing to the ground, right in front of your left leg. And then the final thing we're going to do is look up at our right hand. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center. We sit up nice and tall, and we're scooching on over to the other side. So left side of your chair, left leg is out nice and long. Right leg is bent on an angle. Hands come to heart center. And then straight up over your head for warrior one. Arms drop down parallel with the floor for warrior two. And we look over at our left hand. I mean your right hand. Hands come to heart center. Your elbow is going to lean over to that bent knee. Your left hand goes straight up into the air. Your right hand is going to drop down so the fingers point to the ground, right in front of that left or that right knee. Last thing you're going to do is look up at your right hand, left hand. It's backwards for me. Some days I struggle with it more than others. Hands from the heart center. You sit up nice and tall. We got a second chance for this one. So scoot all the way over to your right. Right leg points nice and long out to the side. Your left leg is bent and a little bit on an angle. So pointing to like the corner of the room. Hands come to heart center. And then hands go straight up over your head for warrior one. For warrior two, we're going to drop down parallel with the floor and look over to your left. Hands come together at heart center. Elbow goes over to your bent knee. Your right hand is straight up into the air, and left hand comes down right in front of your leg, pointing down to the ground. So you got one hand pointing up to the ceiling, and your left hand pointing down to the ground, and then we're going to look up at our right hand. Hands come to heart center. Sit up nice and tall. Last one for this pose. We're scooching on over to the left side of our chair. Now your left leg is out nice and long. Right leg is bent on an angle. Hands come to heart center. And then straight up over your head for warrior one. Drop the arms parallel with the floor. Look over to your right for warrior two. Hands come to heart center. Elbow, lean over to your bent knee. Your left hand goes straight up into the air. Your right hand comes down in front of that right leg. So one arm is straight up at the ceiling and the other is down, facing the ground or pointing to the ground. And we're going to look up at this left hand and hold it. Hands come to heart center. You sit up nice and tall and come back into the middle of your chair for our revolve. revolved chair pose. So 2 feet are on the ground, heels touch, toes touch, knees touch if you can. And then again, not behind us, they're not in front of you, flat on the ground, knees and ankles all in one straight line. Hands come to heart center. You're going to take your left elbow and either touch or tuck it on the side of your right leg. And then we're going to look over to the right, all while keeping our hands pressed together like this. And you don't want your elbow like out to the side, like you don't want a chicken wing. Okay, you want your elbow to be pointing not to the side, but in back of you. So now you want your elbow to point behind you. And then look all the way over to your right. Good, come back, face me, keep those hands together. We're going to keep them together this whole time. Now we're going to take our right elbow and again, either touch it or tuck it on the side of your left leg. Send that elbow back behind you and then look all the way over to the left. Beautiful. Keeping those hands together, we're going to go right into our second set. Taking that left elbow, touch or tuck on the side of your right leg, and then look all the way over to your right. And come back to face me. Last time, we're going to do it on the other side. Right elbow, either touch or tuck all the way on the side of that left leg. And then again, for this one, you shouldn't be rounding your back, okay? It's a nice flat back, elbows pointed to the back behind you. And we look all the way over to the left. Beautiful. Come back to face me. Okay. Before we get into our standing poses, you may get a drink, take a quick sip of water, come right back. While you guys are getting some water, you can always do downward dog in a seating position, in a seated position, if you don't want to stand up or it is not available to you. So you're going to put another chair, have somebody put another chair right in front of you with the back of the chair facing you, okay? So that you can rest your hands on the back of the chair. And then you can do your seated downward dog that way, okay? So you'll still get the stretch this way. So pretending there's an imaginary chair in front of me, rest those hands, and then you'll follow along the same as what I'm doing. All right, everybody, come back with a quick sip of water. I'm going to stand up and flip my chair. See what's going on. So for our downward dog, you're going to grab onto the part of the chair that you were just sitting on. Walk those feet back until you feel a nice stretch all the way up the back of your leg. Feet are shoulder width apart, so they're not too wide. and they're not touching, they're shoulder width apart. You are going to push back with your arms, send your bottom up into the air. Arms are nice and straight. We're going to put our head down so that our arms, head, neck, and back are all in one straight line. So go ahead and put your ears by your elbows, and then we'll hold it. Excellent. Walk those feet back up to your chair. Make sure you're still holding on to the chair. Stand up nice and tall. Oh my goodness. That was crazy. And we're going to do it again. So you're going to reach for the front of your chair, or for the front of the chair that you were just sitting on. Walk those feet backwards. Feet are shoulder width apart. Once your legs are feeling a nice stretch, you're going to push your arms back, send your bottom up into the air. Bring those ears by your elbows and hold it. Beautiful. Keep hold of that chair. Walk your legs back up towards it. And stand up nice and tall. All right, I'm going to fix the angle on my computer real quick, just so you can see. When we do tree pose, so I'm going to flip my chair back around. We are going to come over to the right side of your chair. Hold on tight. You're going to point that right toe down to the ground. Turn out your knee so it's facing to the side, and then slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet your other leg. You could stay here, or you could bring it up to your calf, or you could bring it up to your thigh. Okay, you're never going to bring it to your knee though, because you're just going to push on your knee and that's going to hurt. So pick where you want to be, either resting on the floor if you're balanced. If you're not too sure about your balance, keep your toe pointed but on the floor. If you can't point, then just, use it, point your toe as much as you can. Really, you want the bottom of your shoe touching your other standing leg. So today I'm going to do calf. Bring your right hand up to heart center. Let's try and bring both hands to heart center. If you're feeling wobbly, you got a chair right here. Just reach for it. If you're feeling confident and still you're balancing, then fully extend your tree and we'll hold it here. Beautiful. Hands come back to heart center. Grab onto the chair and we'll go to the other side. Now you're going to point your left toe down to the ground, turn that knee out, and slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet your standing leg. Here, pick where you're going to be. You're going to rest that toe on the ground, calf, thigh, wherever you want to be. Bring your left hand to heart center. Other hand comes to meet it. If you're still balancing, go ahead and fully extend your tree, and we'll hold it. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center, and we're going to do our second set. So you are holding onto your chair, always hold onto your chair to get set up. Point that right toe down to the ground. Turn your knee out. Slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet your other leg. Pick where your foot's going to be today. One hand to heart center. Bend the other. And if you're feeling good, fully extend that tree. Hands come back to heart center. And last time, we're going to switch sides. Your left toe is going to point down to the ground. Turn your knee out to the side and slide the bottom of your shoe up to meet your standing leg. Pick where your foot's going to be at. One hand to heart center. Then the other. If you're still balanced, fully extend your tree, and we'll hold it. Beautiful. Hands come to heart center, and we're going to sit back down. So join me, sit back down, face me, face whatever, your TV, your iPad, whatever you're looking at. And we are going to cat-cow. So for this one, I'm going to start you off, and then you're going to move at your own pace. So for cat-cow, you want to be seated in a comfortable position, and you're going to have 2 feet on the ground. Heels and toes don't have to be touching. You're going to hold your knees. You're not grabbing or pulling on them or anything, just resting. For cow, you're going to open your chest nice and big and look up to the ceiling. For cat, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to tuck your chin, and you're going to push your chest in, shoulders come up, and then you're going to look down at the ground. While you're doing cow, you're breathing in. So for cow, we breathe in, chest open, look up. For cat, you breathe out, tuck your chin, tuck your chest, and shoulders come up. So you're just going to move back and forth between these 2 poses, cat and cow. Remember, for cow, you're open, you're breathing in, looking up. For cat, you're breathing out, tucking, and bringing those shoulders up. So go ahead and move in between cat and cow at your own pace, and I'll tell you when to stop. Finish your last cat, and once you do, come back and join me. We'll do the rest together. We're going to do our seated wind removing pose. So you're going to scooch a little bit forward on your chair and then lean back. If your abs are not too strong, you can kind of rest against the back of the chair, but again, I don't want to see this. So it has to be a flat back. If you can hold yourself up, then do that. All right, we are going to interlock your fingers. You're going to reach below your right knee. So you're not pulling on your right knee. You're reaching below your right knee. It's kind of hard to tell because I have all black on right now. But right here, reaching below. You're going to pick up that right leg and you're going to give it such a tight hug that the top of your leg is literally pressed up against your stomach and your chest. Elbows are nice and close to your body and we hold it. Good. Put that one down. Fix your grip. Interlock those fingers. Now we're going to reach below your left knee. Pick it up and give it such a tight hug that your leg is pressed up, is squeezed up against your stomach and almost all the way up to your chest. Make sure you're not flying away. Keep those elbows tucked in and we hold it. Really try, it's really hard to, but really try not to sink in. Keep that back flat and those shoulders down and back. Good, put that one down. We got our second chance here. Interlock those fingers, reach below your right knee, pick it up, give it a big, tight hug. So tight. None of this. Shoulders down and back. Beautiful. Last time. Fix that grip. Reach below your left knee. Pick it up. Squeeze it into your body. So close. There should be no space in between your leg and your stomach. Shoulders down and back. And we hold it. Excellent. Put that one down. And we're going to do our camel pose. So for this one, you're going to sit pretty far forward on your chair. And this is the one time you're going to move your feet slightly out in front of you, okay? Because once we get into the pose, then your knees will line up. So I'm talking like the slightest little bit, okay? You're definitely not out here, but I really don't want you to be back here, okay? Because you need support for this one. So feet are flat on the ground. So for my chair, it's nice because I can just reach right here, right back here. You want to reach behind you. So if you're sitting on the couch, you want to reach, try and fit your fingers in between the couch cushions. If you're sitting on a chair that doesn't have this, maybe reach for the sides. You really want a good grip for this one. So figure out a way that you can hold on to the chair. You can also hold on to like the lower back part of the chair, whatever gets you a good grip. Then for our camel pose, we're going to open up our chest so big. And then you're going to look up all the way up to the ceiling. And if you can, all the way to the wall behind you. Okay, so we're going to do that. Set it up. And here we go. Open your chest and look all the way up to the ceiling. Can you look at the wall behind you? Keep those eyes open the whole time. Slowly bring your head forward to face me. All right, bring your hands back and sit in a comfortable position. It can be really intense if you're looking all the way back at the wall behind you. You can get a little dizzy. Totally normal. Let's all breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose And out through your mouth. All right, we're gonna do that one more time. So set yourself up again. Grab onto the chair. Remember, you're sitting far forward on your chair. Feet are in place. Open up that chest and look all the way up to the ceiling. Look all the way to the back wall. Keep your eyes open. Slowly keep those eyes open and look forward back at me. Stay comfortably in your chair. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Again, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Beautifully done. We're going to do our final pose, which is our seated forward fold. So, sit back in your chair. Feet are on the ground. Toes touch, heels touch, knees touch. You're going to send your arms all the way up over your head. And then you're going to dive down and reach for the back of your ankle. You're going to tuck your chin to your chest, and if you can, you're going to put your forehead on top of your knees. So you really want to be tight and compact, and you should roll your shoulders forward. This is one of those poses where you do roll your shoulders forward. So let's get into it right now. Reach for the back of your ankles or the back of your calves, and chin to your chest. Arms all the way up. Keep your feet exactly where they are. And dive forward. Reach for the back of your ankles. Tuck your chin to your chest and forehead to the knees. Good. Arms all the way up over your head. They touch at the top and bring them down through to your heart center. Excellent job today. We're going to finish out our yoga today with our seated Savasana. If you want to move down to the ground, please feel free. I'm going to stay in my chair, but you could always lay down if you want. Traditionally, a Savasana is laying down, but getting all the way down to the ground is not always available to everyone. So you can always do it seated. Get in a nice comfy position in your chair. Don't worry about how your feet look, how your knees look. Just be comfortable. You are going to flip your hands over so that the palms of your hands are facing up and the back of your hands are resting on your legs. Everybody can close their eyes, and I want you to focus on your breath. One way that I focus on my breath is to count my breath. In for 4, out for 4. Or maybe you like in for 5, out for 5. However you want to do it, but make sure that your mind is focused on your breathing and that you're not thinking about like how fun Christmas was or what you have to do today. Try to let your mind be completely blank and just breathe. I'm going to slowly open my eyes. You can also open your eyes, or you could keep them closed and stay in Savasana a little bit longer, really as long as you want. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope this was a nice, relaxing part of your day, and I hope everybody has a great New Year's. Happy New Year's. I'll see you guys next year for some Uno workout. Bye. Have a good day. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay, so I was a little bit behind. So it says that we burned 110 calories if you were following along with me. So it's probably more like, I would say 130, maybe 140, because I was a little bit late on it. But excellent job, guys. All right, now I'm really going to go. Bye.